Welcome to Africa on the Move in partnership with DW. My name is Fumi Unuajefe. On this program, we'll be focusing on different people across the continent and how their stories and their action impact on every one of us. This week, we'll be taking a look at how people are empowering and changing lives in their own little way. First up, Namibia. Samuel Kapopo, a former thug turned motivational speaker and actor, is feeding the children on the streets of Namibia. Let's take a look.
I grew up in a really luckless life where life was not good for me, where I grew up without no parents, where I grew up without no food, I grew up without no proper education. So everything that you see was motivated and was inspired by the true story of my life. We have to work hard to bring up the donation. Sometimes we go in our own pockets to make it possible so the kids can eat.
A free meal attracts hundreds of children to Samuel's soup kitchen. But there are rules to follow. The kitchen teaches good hygiene, respect towards others, and discipline. Many of these children are orphans or have been neglected by their parents, just as Samuel was.
Some of the kids were born with HIV/AIDS. Some of those parents died because of HIV/AIDS. Some of the parents couldn't work because of HIV/AIDS. So the HIV/AIDS issue in Namibia has really contributed a big gap.
Samuel had a troubled childhood. As a result, he fell off the straight and narrow and joined a criminal gang.
I was shot, and the people who were saving me were kids. That's why I was motivated. Why the young kids used to save my life, and elder people had to run away from me while I was sleeping in the sea of blood. So what happened is that then I decided to say, okay, enough is enough. Let me face the right direction.
More than 60,000 people live in Katutura, a suburb of Windhoek. In these overcrowded shelters, conditions are far from ideal for bringing up children. It's part of Samuel's job to secure the funding for this project from both private donors and companies. But without volunteers, the soup kitchen would not be able to operate.
I think it's a very good project because millions of kids here in Katutura, they are starving, even us. They are really starving there. I think the government doesn't really care about us here in Katutura. They know what's going on here, but they really don't care.
For now, the kitchen opens twice a week. The kids can play games here and read books in the storage room. One of the ways Samuel has raised money is through acting.
I went in the streets. I don't work, I don't do anything. I saw a pamphlet saying, looking for actors for certain movies, and I decided to take a chance. That's why I don't scared of trying something. And I went there and I was the luckiest guy. So this dream started from there.
Today, Samuel is a known actor and motivational speaker across the country, a fairy tale transition from street thug to role model that sadly isn't guaranteed for every child here. For the kids of Namibia's Katutura township, Samuel Kapopo is a role model, father figure, and superhero. The 30-year-old and his assistants provide warm meals for the kids twice a week. For most of the poverty-stricken children, it's not something they take for granted.
Samuel shows us that you can change lives one meal at a time. Well done, Samuel. Do you know that in Liberia, 63% of the young women there are illiterate? And when I mean the young women aged between 15 and 24. One woman sets out to empower school dropouts through fashion. Let's listen to her story.
Izata Pasewe has a busy schedule. The tailor isn't a regular seamstress. She is a fashion designer in her own right. The 33-year-old designs uniforms for several schools in